Rangers and Druids came together and fought, and there was a great epic battle in the woods. The folk of the town could hear the thunder spells, lightning spilling down from the sky, storm clouds gathering, the dragon's great roar. And then there was silence. And hours passed, days bled into weeks, weeks bled into months, without any sign of the Druids or the Rangers who once watched over the wood, or of the dragon that they fought. Even to this day, no one is exactly sure where that battle took place, or what actually happened. But most folk presume that both the Rangers and their allies and the dragon were all slain in some calamity. And of course, without the forest protectors and overseers, goblins, orcs, and other creatures have slowly begun to return and now threaten Axel. Complicating matters is the Church of St. Cuthbert. Within town, the church derogatorily referred to the Druids as priests of the old faith. Druidic worship was once very common in these parts, but as civilization pressed northward and the churches of the gods of man began to take hold, more and more folk turned from the old faith of the Druids to the new faith of the gods. The clerics of St. Cuthbert, while most of them were quite happy to enjoy the Druids' protection, and most of them were at least on friendly terms with the Druids, cordial usually more than enthusiastic, there was a splinter sect within the church that maintained that the Druids were evil, that the Druids merely kept back lesser evils but fostered a greater evil. There were always rumors, and in town occasionally folk would disappear, or sometimes a caravan carrying specifically, or a boat coming from the south, carrying specifically rare alchemical items or magical goods would disappear. And they maintained that the Druids had a pact with the Dark Elves, with the Drow. There's always some sinister conspiracy afoot between them to destroy Axwold and push the civilized folk back to the south and allow the forest to endure without the stain of the civilized world. But oddly enough, oddly enough to most folk, but it's even more evidence of this conspiracy to the hardcore wing of the Church of St. Cuthbert, those disappearances stopped when the Druids disappeared. So now Axwold faces the mundane threats that most other frontier towns face. Orc raids, goblin bandits, kobolds sneaking into town at night to steal food, the occasional hill giant raiding party coming down from the mountains. And on top of this, while some of the Druids' outposts and standing stones have been discovered, there are still rumors that persist of hidden pathways and strange outposts and hidden caverns in the forest where the Druids conducted their business and the Rangers used as their redoubts. And occasionally adventurers who venture into the wood and return laden with treasure and gear and magic items they have found in these lost hideaways. You have been brought together by a sage named Vandergraaf, who believes he has found a map to one such hideaway. His map, from what he has shown you, seems to indicate a ranger trail, as it's known. A trail designed by the Rangers so that they could follow its signs, but that other folks, specifically monsters, humanoids, wouldn't be able to pick up all the signs and accurately follow them. Using this map, he believes that you will be able to find a shrine that the Druids built around a pure water spring deep beneath the forest. Supposedly the waters of the spring could heal injuries and cure any sickness. He'd like to go out and search for this place, find these waters, return with the sample so he can determine if this is truly the place that he thinks it is. So the action opens. Why don't we go around the table and have everyone introduce their characters.
All right, so I am Kanina, the dwarf fighter. I am a second private from the military, sent here to help push back the local goblins.
I'm Kadrian, the elf wizard, and I'm neutral good.
Is there a name on here? Or?
No, I just...
I am Larry, the halfling rogue. He is a rogue scheme thief. Used to be a cook, short order mostly.
I'm Gord, human fighter.
I'm Elnar, the cleric. Clearly, the Church of St. Cuthbert has sent me here to scope out the situation. I'm a rich kid, but my dad cut me off a couple years ago, so I'm kind of bitter.
I'm thinking my teeth, looking at your shoes.
work my living, thrown in the military as a young child.
So, you've been following the map. You set out at dawn from Axville. It took some effort. Without the map, you undoubtedly would have become lost long ago. But luckily with it, and maybe, does anyone here have any skill in outdoorsmanship? I don't necessarily know our backgrounds, maybe
Survivalist.
Oh, survival, okay, yeah.
Well, I'm a bounty hunter, tracking,
Okay,
so.
yeah. So between the two of you, you're able to puzzle out the map, and but there are a couple times you notice, yeah, there's no way you would have picked up the trail unless you had the map and knew that somewhere up here is the turn we're looking for. You usually would have gotten disoriented between the rolling hills and the forest and the thick canopy above. But you are able to follow the map, and it's about late afternoon. But finally, you come to a very thick, dense copse of trees. The trunks are somewhat spaced out, but above you the canopy is thick. It's almost like a roof of a building. The branches woven together and the leaves thick above you. It looks from the map that there should be a clearing here, and you can see up ahead, with the space between the trees, that there is one solitary tree that has about 30 feet in any direction, forming a clearing. And you see a few beams of sunlight stabbing down from the late afternoon sun, with a few breaks in the foliage. And around the edges of this clearing, there are thick bushes, hedges. Clearly someone planted these intentionally. There's no way this could have just happened by accident. They form almost a wall. And the path you're following leads through one gap that you can see in the hedge from where you stand, and straight on to a large oak tree in the middle of this clearing. What do you wish to do? Yes, please.
How thick is the foliage just to either side of this path?
The trees actually, if you remember like in an old growth forest, the tree trunks are fairly well spaced apart.
Okay.
Now they're pretty old trees, so the trunks are pretty thick, someone can hide behind it, but you can see like a few hundred feet before just the trees are dense enough that your line of sight's cut off.
I can do it. I have keen senses. I don't know if that helps with doing a search of the area.
Oh, sure, yeah. Thank you. Are you staying, are you going into the hedge circle, or are you staying outside of it?
Maybe the thief would be better for sneaking around.
I'm going to edge about 50 feet off to the right, just kind of in the trees, concealing myself a little bit, but I'm still within eye visual range of the rest of the group.
So you're able to do that. The one thing is when you want to move from tree to tree, so you have to be kind of quick and try to stay low.
So I'm just covering him, throwing the axe, trying to follow him.
I've got my bow because he's an archer, so I'm kind of watching.
Could I make
Pretty good this morning.
a religious lore check to get a little more info on how the druids might use or have created such a 16?
All right, so from you suspect that what the druids likely did in this area, the focus associated with the druid with the worship of nature, many of the druids' sort of redoubts and sacred places are underground, amongst the roots of the trees. So looking at the way the hedgerow is built, what the tree position as it is, and there's clearly no spring here, you've heard stories of the druids will sometimes use their magic to for a very large tree, and this tree is about maybe 10, it's huge, it's about 10 feet across. There's probably a gap within the tree, a natural crack, that wends its way down amongst the roots, either a passageway that they either dug out or used their magic to just naturally guide the tree's growth to lead down to this cavern. Likely from the descriptions you've given, this is probably a sacred place. Even though it's been 20 years since the druids have been around, the hedgerow is still in very good shape. It's not overgrown and wild, and there's not enough sunlight here for this thing to normally exist. So this clearly must be some sort of sacred place infused with their magic. Chances are that somewhere in the tree there's either something hidden or there's some sort of passage heading down.
Can I do a magic lore?
Sure, yeah.
Is that a
Intelligence.
Oh, okay, and then you just add.
Oh yeah, it should be the bonus. It should be it's just the bonuses. Yeah, it looks like what you can tell, there's definitely magic. Someone has used magic to shape the hedgerow, because even though there isn't much sun here, the leaves are very verdant, bright, and green. So there really isn't any way that this hedgerow could have survived. The other thing you realize too, is you think about it, it's either a magic preserving it, or there might be actually magic somewhere below. As you remember back, as you're looking at it, you remember the sage telling you of the fountain and its healing properties. It's possible that it is here, and that would also explain how this hedgerow would normally not be able to sort of thrive from the sunlight it's getting. But if that magical water's here in the groundwater, that what might be allowing it. And then also that makes you realize the size of the trees around you. This is probably an area rich with life magic.
I express that.
So should we move forward?
Yeah, I'll wait for them to complete.
so.
Are you guys doing like a perimeter, or are you just?
I just kind of want to edge around the side. You said there's a hedgerow?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try and see if there's a gap in the hedgerow so I can kind of put my head through, maybe see what it smells like, looks like.
It's late afternoon. You are able to see there's a couple gaps in it, like just because you're halfling, right?
Yes.
That and why don't you make me a wisdom check as you're looking to?
17.
So you see as you're moving up through the gap. You notice a couple gaps, and you're really lower down. A larger creature wouldn't be able to notice that. You notice as you're looking through, you can see also into the interior area.
Excellent.
And it looks like there are 2 armored humanoids on the opposite side of the large tree from the entrance. You also don't see any other entrances leading into the hedgerow.
All right, little hand signal action going on. Stop, 2, eyes on. So
We can distract him if you don't want to fight him. I can try ghost sound and have him like follow a ghost
I'll work
sound.
my way around him. What's the distance to the tree?
The tree is 30 feet, so you have the hedgerow.
Also, they're easily within bow distance if I need to. Okay.
do they have their backs to the tree?
No, there's basically the entrance, the tree, and they're looking toward the entrance, the gap in the hedgerow that you guys are approaching.
Okay, I'm going to try and get towards behind one.
Yeah, you're able to do that.
What do you think, guys? Do you think I can try and lure them away? Do you want to get through them, or do you want to fight them?
Yeah.
And they both.
I'm shaking my head.
Go sleep.
I'm not liking this.
You can see now too. It looks like they both have bows. And actually, yours are closer now. We kind of points them out. They both have bows out and spears. They look like hobgoblins. Oh, and you mentioned you were searching the area outside, right? Everything was in check for me.
16 plus
Okay.
wisdom being +1.
Okay.
So you noticed something really odd. The ground here. So you've ever been like in an old growth forest? It's sort of like the
But I've got an
the pine needles
ambusher
are decayed
skill.
and everything
I
like
can
that,
try and
right?
finish them off if you don't
The
take them
ground's
down.
kind of soft. These guys are wearing like ringmail, heavy armor. They have heavy leather boots. There are no tracks in the path leading up to the gap in the hedgerow. It looks like if these guys are here, they've been here for a long time, or they somehow got here some way other than through that gap in the hedgerow.
Like maybe from underground.
Even if we do end up fighting, what about if I made a distraction somewhere else?
Yeah,
we could get a
I like the
bonus.
ghost sound idea. It'll give us more
You can
information
try
about
that, and then if it doesn't work,
Then we'll-
I've got
yeah.
rapid shot. I can just pop
Yeah,
out.
we can at least get a surprise or an advantage. Is that what it is?
Advantage, yeah.
If I use ghost sound to try and get an advantage on them if they move, and if they don't move, then maybe they're just statues.
Or an illusion.
Possibly.
So as soon as he does that, I'm gonna run in.
All right,
Do I
cool.
make a-
So why don't we roll initiative?
Okay.
20.
Yeah, well, I guess I go. I got a fumble on my initiative there. Well, not that there is a
I
fumble.
hope I keep rolling those.
14.
So 13?
Initiative is
14.
dex.
Where is my
Yeah.
24?
Is there a bonus to dex here?
Is it the initiative?
Just
Dexterity,
dex,
right? Yeah.
Is this your dex bonus?
I got
So plus
6 plus.
plus 3 for
Okay,
you.
so 17 for me.
All right, so I'm going to have everyone make dexterity checks for stealth. So if you have a stealth skill, you can use that, or just make a dex check to see, because you've
30.
been talking. Okay.
No, 15.
Okay. And you were kind of back with your bow, so you don't have to make a check. So.
5.
Okay.
You made a ghost sound, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
So here's what you're also trying to make the main. So the plan was you're going to make the ghost
Yeah, but
sound.
I got 3. I don't know if everyone wants to wait for initiative.
So what's going to happen is you're going to try to do it, and I'm going to work what just happened.
Okay.
You were back.
As soon as he did his ghost sound on one side, I was gonna run the other side of the tree.
Okay, so you guys are going to
And then they
move
can
around.
come in from the back.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold my action. I had a 24 on the initiative. I'm going to hold my action to see what happens
Okay, cool.
with them. And if they don't, because I know as soon as he does that, he's running out, I'm going to fire because they'll be concentrating on me, not him.
And I'm just going to shadow one of them, stay right behind one of them as he moves out.
Cool. And what were you up to?
I guess I'm going to follow. I will approach, but not very aggressively.
Okay. So when you're going to make your ghost sound, what's the range on that spell? Do you have it?
100 feet.
Okay. So you're able to get kind of far away, but you do need line of sight. You need to be able to see where you want to make that sound.
I have pretty good vision, but I don't know.
So as you're moving into position and you're getting ready to cast the spell, you step on a branch and it snaps. They don't notice anyone else in the party. it's clear they're intently focused on you. So in a way, your ghost sound has worked, except instead of being a ghost sound,
As soon as he does
you are
that,
the ghost sound.
I release the arrow.
So let's go. We'll go to the top, and the highest initial. Let's
24.
Now here's the one thing to watch out for. Since you're human, you don't quite have a clear shot from the hedge. You want to wait until they come out from leave the hedge area, then shoot and have a clear shot.
Yes.
You want to try to push through the hedge and fire through it.
I'm going to let them walk into the arrows.
Okay, cool.
So as soon as they step forward, because I have rapid shot, I'm going to try to put one into each.
All right, cool. So why don't I let you go? They're going to start moving forward. If it's okay with everyone, I'll just assume like that we go into initiative once they move into a position for him to shoot.
Sure.
Then everyone else can act.
Sure.
Cool. So we'll go ahead and do that. So you're going to have advantage on your attacks because they're not aware of you. They're focused on him. They just see your what class you're.
Elven wizard.
Okay, so they just see an elf without any armor. They think this is easy pickings.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your attacks. So you can make two with rapid shot. You make 2 attacks, but they deal half damage. Okay, so you can't get pull back and get full force. And
So I'm shadowing the second one.
Could I change my action?
I'll have a 2d6 bonus.
Oh, sure, yeah, because you didn't actually cast Ghost Sound. Yeah, you're just getting position.
When it comes to me.
17.
Oh, it's going to hit you without bonuses, yeah.
Okay. And missed the other one, a 2. So
It's doing roll damage. Now, one thing you have too as a fighter, you have your expertise dice. Expertise dice.
Okay.
The basic uses you have for them, you can when you hit with a weapon, you can use your die as a bonus to damage, or you can save your die and use it to parry if you get attacked. If you get attacked and hit with a weapon attack, you can use the die to reduce the damage.
damage.
Sorry.
Bonus to damage.
Bonus damage, cool. And
So-
then the other thing to keep in mind is every turn, when it's your turn, you get those dice back. So you spend it, and on your next turn, you
So
get
it'll
it
be a
back.
D8 and a D6.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh wow.
6 and 8. It's max. 14.
Oh wow, so that's good. And so there'll be half damage because you're rapid shot.
So 7.
And you also add your dex mod.
So 4. So it'll be a total of 11 damage.
Okay. And so is that after having?
Yes, that's after having.
So with one shot, the hobgoblins come up from the side of the head, you take careful aim, you drop one, the shot to the throat, and it actually ruins your second shot because he actually just stumbles to the ground, knocks the second guy back. You had a perfect shot aim, and it goes right by his nose. You can see his eyes as he goes cross-eyed, watching the arrow shoot by.
Okay.
So then we come over to
Nice.
Excellent. So I'm ready to take my short sword and remove the head of the second hobgoblin.
There you go. You have advantage because he has no idea you're there. So with advantage, you get to roll twice and take the higher result.
Okay, good. That's
I like
very
that
good.
mechanic too.
14 plus the plus after my short sword.
Yes, that's right.
So 19.
That'll hit.
Okay.
And then you roll your damage, and since you're a rogue, you get to roll 2 extra 6-siders for your damage.
1d8 plus 3, so 6 plus 1 plus 3. 6 plus 1 plus 3 is 10.
Okay, so he is actually still standing.
Okay.
You chop up from behind and drive your blade in his back, and he yelps in pain. And he's barely standing as he staggers. He is badly hurt, and it is now his turn. No, because he was surprised because he only knows you're there. So what I'm going to do is give everyone but you an action this round because it's the surprise round.
Got it.
So right over here.
Alright, am I close enough that I can charge the...
Yeah, you can move up and attack him. Yeah.
Alright, so basically, I just run in base. I believe that's a 11.
That will miss. He recovers just enough to duck beneath your blow. And then back.
Alright, so I have run forward as well from the other side with my battle axe.
And my axe.
That is a 1.
That's your one.
Yeah.
So you go charging in and you just stumble a bit on a root that it ruins your momentum. You actually are able to swing it. You actually hit him, but it's just not enough force behind it. His armor absorbs it. All right, so that was our surprise round, and that brings us back to over here, our archer.
All right. I'll just drop 2 into the same guy.
Go for it.
The 14
14 will hit on the nose.
and 25.
Both hit. 2 hours we didn't do one.
So now do I get the bonus dice on both shots?
You only get 1 die, so you don't use it.
There's 10, 16.
Okay, so then, and that gets halved to 8, and then and make sure you add your dex bonus to both times too.
You add it afterwards?
So add the dex after or before you have it?
Before you have it.
So it's 18 plus 8 is 24, 12 points of
All
damage?
right, that drops him also.
Excellent.
So
Strong work.
Hobgoblin clumps to the ground.
It worked.
And you can see now,
That was my plan the whole time.
they are, other than their armor and weapons, they aren't carrying any other gear. They what they have, you know, they have belts and stuff. They don't have any belt pouches or backpacks or anything.
No rations.
In their movement, did they make any footprints?
Oh yeah, so they had big, heavy shod boots. They're wearing ring mails, basically leather with some parts patched of chain over it. It's pretty heavy armor. So yeah, as they were walking, they were leaving footprints. It's pretty obvious.
So I will explain the whole cave in the tree thing, and that I suspect they probably came from within there.
I just want to look around, make sure there's nobody else.
Make a wisdom check.
I take their arrows.
So yes, so we got 18.
Okay, so as you kind of spy around, you notice that when you're just outside of the hedge, that there was a line, a very thin string stretched across the edge of the hedge. Kind of someone crudely set up a bell. It looks like if someone walked through, they would have triggered it. And the bell, you notice, you go and look at it. It's a really strange make. You haven't seen anything. You're a dwarf, right?
Yes.
Metal is a little bit weird in the design of it. This doesn't look like anything that is made by
magic.
humans. Yeah, go ahead. Make you can use that at will, right?
Probably there's emails.
You see an aura of magic around it. It looks like it's some sort of divination style magic, or something that might be a link or send a message to somebody. It's not like maybe. Actually, make it tell a lore. If you have like arcane lore.
You have alarm?
Yeah. I have alarm, so could I?
Yes, you immediately recognize there's some sort of like something similar to an alarm. It looks like it's some sort of magical item actually. It uses the alarm spell in some way.
So we need to avoid that.
Well, now you spot it easily. Do you have any more skills?
Oh yeah, I do. I have magic lore, forbidden lore, historical, and undead lore.
Make a magical lore check.
That's plus 6. That's 17.
You realize you only heard stories of this, you never seen anything like this, but this looks like it might be of drow manufacturing. Because it's made of metal and it's pretty hard.
But in disgust, I say, they're drow here.
It's very light. It's metal and it looks pretty durable, but it's really, when you like touch and inspect it, it's really light in your hands. You know, that's a signature of drow metal.
I was able to touch it without...
Oh, yeah, you could, yeah. Because with the line, once you snip it, it's clear.
So it's obviously triggered by the line, and we can...
Yeah. It looks like if it rings, and that's when it'll activate.
Does the line spiderweb?
Actually, go to look at it.
When he says that, that's the first thing I'm going to look at.
It's not like, it's very thin, very strong line. It's
shimmering.
It's not natural. It's a little shimmering. Yeah, it looks like it might be.
Does it look like we could sneak by this thing?
Roll that up.
Oh, it looks like once you spot it, you could easily just kind of hold on to one end, cut it, and then just let the bell down gently.
Sweet. Okay.
Sorry.
So somebody with the highest dexterity.
I have an 18. He's probably got
anyone.
Yeah.
All right.
You couldn't accidentally.
Oh no, you don't need to check it.
You got 16 minimum.
I'm going to roll up the spider sail.
I'll check out the trunk of the tree and see if I can find.
That's what I do.
Make a wisdom check.
I don't want to touch that stuff.
18.
So as you approach, you notice the tree looks very natural, except the far side where the hobgoblins are crouched. It looks a little flatter than you'd expect, and you notice a faint outline of a circular, almost like a doorway. It looks like it could open up.
Hobbit.
Exactly.
All right.
I attract everyone's attention to it.
Can I kind of inspect it for some kind of mechanical opening thing, maybe? Or we'll do a 12 plus what, intelligence?
For this one, actually, if you look under, you might have a skill that would apply in this case.
Not really.
Right under your background.
Under background?
Oh, is it under
I'm an
background?
artisan. Diplomacy, local lore, professional lore.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and this would be that use your intelligence bonus.
Intelligence, so what did I roll? 12, 14.
Yeah, it looks like there's one small gap, like a depression where like you could insert a dagger and provide
open
this.
locks.
Oh yeah, that would something like that. Would work.
Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry, you were saying?
So it looks like there's a depression where like you could slip a dagger or something and pop
Okay.
this open.
Can I find traps real quick?
Oh sure, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're going to call that a 9.
Well, that's a 10. Because you're skill master.
Okay.
So it's a minimum of 10 on the skill master.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So and so then you'd add to your find traps bonus, which would be under one of your skills, under your it might be under your scheme.
Even if
That
you
was the find traps bonus.
Oh, okay, yeah, so go ahead now. That was, yeah. So the does not look like this is trapped.
Okay.
It's clear.
Whip out a dagger and look around and gonna try and pop this thing.
Just stand over his shoulder.
He did have a question. If you guys
waiting.
want
I can stand about 20 feet
skill
back.
check, just a one, or is that a?
And if you have a skill master,
I watched you
have
check for
master,
traps, and I
you
was
still
like,
get the check.
Okay.
so
He didn't look real close, did he?
this guy has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let me find this rope.
So the door actually, and it kind of comes open and almost like wheels open, like it's a screen that somebody put in place.
Okay.
And you see it drops almost straight down a very like steep spiral staircase. And it looks just like it's roots and rocks just interleavened in the dirt. It looks like a little unsteady maybe, but I mean, these hobgoblins probably came up it. And it's, you don't see anything else other than just dropping straight down.
The choice is I go first and attract everybody's attention as I fall, or I go last and take you all out as I fall.
Let's say you goes
I
first.
guess first.
I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'll come in last and kind of slide the door shut
go
behind
second.
All right,
us.
I'm gonna go.
Not a good fan of
But now here's a question: do you have a light spell?
I do.
Because I don't see in the dark.
I do. I can definitely put a light
I know
spell.
you guys
That-
do,
would
but
that
I
be
don't.
Something that would attract attention.
Yeah, but falling down the stairs probably would too.
Yeah, the three of you can probably see, but
Could I
we
prepare
can't.
the- okay, so you know what? How about if I just put it? I can cast a light on a piece of on like your sword.
Yeah, I could. He could cast it on my bow, for that matter, and it wouldn't affect me,
Oh,
right?
actually, what about the arrow and then just put it in all the way over there? I don't know. That might be a little
Well,
too.
yeah.
It's not real clear, like with the spiral. The stairs are
Yeah.
so tight, you can't see down it. It's not like an open spiral staircase.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. I don't know if I have to roll for it.
Oh no, you don't have to. All right, so with
I
the
got a
lights,
glow in the dark bow.
you begin wending your way down. It's very tight quarters at first, but as you go further and deeper, it starts to open up a bit, become a little more comfortable. Sealing any humans into kind of crouch. Now you're walking, you kind of stretch out a bit, and the
Do you have to
staircase
walk
goes
single
down.
file?
Oh yeah, it's definitely too narrow to walk. Yeah, you'll have to walk.
Okay, so I'll be in the middle.
Okay, cool. Look, so and you're in the back, you're in the front?
Yeah.
And everybody else in the middle. Yeah. You go down and down and down. And it's a little oppressive at first, but things start to open up. And it's, if you've ever been underground, it does feel, well, you're used to being underground as a dwarf. But any of the rest of you who've been underground, it actually feels like it's a little bit, doesn't feel quite as oppressive. It almost feels like as you're going down, even though you're getting further down to the earth, the air smells fresher.
Cool.
It almost feels like it's kind of like a fresh breeze, almost like an ocean breeze, or something there, and you've been in the sea. And you feel a little more lighthearted as you go down. It's kind of again strange to be going beneath the earth, but feel like there's an energy flowing through. And as you finally come down to the base of the stairs, you almost stumble. It's just because it's kind of dark and cramped. You come around a corner and are suddenly in a vaulted chamber. Tree roots crisscross the ceiling above you.
Is it lit?
You can see on the far side a passageway, and there's a flickering light, pure white light, almost like it's like a starlight but amplified. There's a flicker to it, as if maybe it's reflecting off the water, but there's no yellow glow to it or orange glow. It's pure white, and there's no sense of like a flickering of heat. It's just as if it's dancing off a surface or something. And no smoke. And that passageway opens up before you. It's about 10 feet wide, so you'll be able to walk 3 abreast. That passage, though, slopes down just enough that if you kind of look and see, you can't quite see where it goes, but you can see the light coming from the whatever area beyond the past.
I want to check this room again for any alarm traps. Now that I know what I'm looking for.
You can see, though, that there are footprints in the floor here. It's not like dirt or rock. It's more like the sod in the forest above. And you can see booted footprints coming from that passage and then up toward the stairs.
Probably the hobgoblins.
Yeah, it looks like they had 2 sets.
So there's actually grass growing?
In some patches, yeah.
Do you have a detect evil spell now?
No, actually. I have detect magic.
You want to try the ghost sound again? Get
He could
advantage?
just.
I can try and sneak on
Yeah,
through.
we can
Yeah.
sneak
So
around and kind
I
of
want to
scout ahead.
I want to scout ahead, move up closer.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check, stealth, and that should be one of your skills. So you get at least a 10 on the die, and it should be probably under your rogue scheme, the bonus you had.
17 for
Right.
stealth.
So you start creeping ahead forward. He's very quiet, and you start moving and heading down the passage, trying to see what's up ahead. Is everyone else staying behind?
No, I'm going to follow over so that I can,
Okay,
kind of
cool.
stand behind him.
you
I've got my bow covered up with my cloak for
Okay,
now,
cool.
but if I, if he gives a signal of some kind, then I'll.
Got it. Are you going to kind of give him some space, like to stay back so he can sneak up ahead, or do you also?
Yeah, no, I'm going to wait till he gets
Okay.
over there and then just kind of peruse around. So I guess I'll have to make a.
I'll be 90 feet away. That's my method.
All right, cool. So you start sneaking up. Why don't you go ahead and make a be a dexterity check?
15.
Okay. So you start creeping up ahead, and the two of you start heading down the passageway, and you can see it doesn't go down too long. The slope's kind of gentle, and you can see beyond as you creep up. The light grows brighter, and there's another chamber, similar to the one you were just in, except in the middle there are 4 crystal pillars positioned around in a square, what looks like a pool of water, perfectly clear. And then beyond it, on the other side, there are 3 interesting things. First, there are the entrances and exits to the room. There is a doorway at the south, stone, that looks like it's been pushed inward. And it's a passageway beyond. It's dark. You can't, and unlike the rest of this area, it looks kind of worked. Like the stone looks like it was carved. To the left, other entrance is someone has dug a tunnel to this room. And it looks like they dug into this chamber rather than dug out of it.
All right.
But then more importantly, there's a great mound of dirt, and lounging up against and sitting on it are, Jennifer.
I don't have any cash.
Oh, it's fine. You can just give me back at work.
Yeah, thank you.
It was like 43 after tax. So.
All right, thank you very much. Sure, no problem.
There are 3 hobgoblins lounging around the pile of dirt, undoubtedly something when they dug broke into the chamber. And there's they have their camping gear set up. There are 5 bedrolls. They have packs laden with gear. There's also a number of picks and shovels. They don't notice you. They're just sort of sitting there, not particularly on guard, just chatting amongst themselves. One's eating some beef jerky or something.
Can we see down into the hole that they've come up through? Can we see if there's anything or if there's anyone else back in there? Lights?
You don't see any lights or anything back there. And it looks like it slopes up pretty sharply, as if they're digging at a pretty steep angle as they're going.
Okay.
Okay.
It just drops down pretty quickly.
I guess I can signal him to go back and let them know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I'll
that's a good idea.
stay there. And when everybody else gets back there, then we can just pop up and try to take them out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we could probably try and rush them. That's what I'm going to tell you guys.
Okay.
all right. So do we get surprise attack then?
Yeah,
So here would be the question. You guys realize since you're stealthy, you're professional,
Yeah, I'm
and you're
gonna
pretty
stay. I'm
dexterous.
not gonna get close enough to
Yeah,
to
the rest of
notice.
the group
I'm just
gets-
I want to get as close as I can to see, but I don't want to sound to be. I mean,
Well, the way the passage is sloped, in order for you to attack, you have to get pretty close, and you would have to start making stealth
even with a
checks.
magic
Oh,
missile.
here's what I could try.
Okay.
I could
Those
try
are just
and
blocking.
I could jump out and be like, "Blah!" and then make him run back towards me. Be
I'm
bait.
good with that.
I like
We all
that.
ready for you.
I like
And you
that.
guys set up an
I'll try.
ambush.
I mean, is there a way for me to ease around into the room?
You could, so you're watching them, and it looks like they're not really paying attention. If you did want to get into the room, you'd have to get down and crouch down, almost on all
I
fours.
mean, I can low crawl.
Yeah, you got the low crawl. The one drawback to that is if like you roll for initiative and they go first, you are going to be prone to the start of the action. So.
Okay.
All right, so you start, and I'm just going to use your stealth check. That's fine. You don't have to re-roll.
Okay.
So yeah, you start kind of crawling around, and they're not really paying any attention. And you're going to come back and maybe make a distraction.
He's
All right,
going to make
come
a
back
distraction,
in,
get him to
do the
follow.
running man.
Got it.
And when they pass
gonna
me,
head on out.
I'm going to shoot him in the back.
Okay, cool.
Rapid shot. Pow, pow. So
I'm sorry. You're going to go down.
Quick little dance move.
the two, I'm going to let one go past me and get the back two. That way I don't have somebody right in front of me to fight.
So are you guys going to come down the passageway at all to set up your ambush, or are you going to
Yeah,
wait?
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to.
Yeah, we'll try
A
and
little
make
bit. They
a
don't have to come all the way down. I guess.
Got it.
He could just tumble down and bowl them over.
choke point, kill zone.
I walk in, I'm like, do you have change for like a kroner?
They look
You guys
at
have
your
like a
face
couple coppers?
and they look at you, look at each other. All right, say something in Goblin, just gonna be like, "Who the hell?" And then they pull out their spears and start charging towards you.
So no? And I run.
Turn and run up. Why don't we roll for initiative really quickly? But I'm gonna let you go first because you have basically a held action. So you're gonna get an action, and then we'll go through the rest of the room. So they'll probably will be surprised. They are. So actually, why don't we just go ahead and resolve your attacks first?
So the back two. I'm gonna let the first one go
Yep.
and hit the back two. So the first one is 19.
That's gonna hit.
So I'll just go ahead and do damage first. I am going to use my dice on him.
Sorry, to add your dex bonus, but then it's halved. Because are you using rapid shot?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's add everything up, then cut it in half.
Okay, so 2, 4, 8.
Okay. And second shot
Is 18,
that'll hit.
and that's just a straight 8. Right? And plus
Yeah.
dex.
Exactly. Yeah.
So 5.
Okay, cool. So they come running by, you emerge the shadows and put 2 hours into them. And then let me get the initiatives for everyone else.
You're laying prone currently?
11.
No, when they went by, I popped up onto my knee. And
Initiative.
I got it. 18.
18 as well.
Now, what does the precise shot?
Oh, I think that lets you ignore cover, but you won't.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll get that until higher level. I think. What level?
Okay.
Your character's at level 1, or that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your
No,
initiative?
I'm level
Yeah.
3 or something. Yeah.
What was your initiative?
16.
That came with a specialty, actually.
Okay. So
But we don't need it.
so you go on 16. I'm going to judge the first thing since you're ready to your action, and when you go on 16 next round.
Okay.
So you tear off down. The goblins are running after you. You hear a yelp of pain as he emerges and snipes 2 of them in the back. They're both still up but injured, and everyone else you have them surprised.
Excellent.
So on initiatives, you 2 are tied. Who wants to go? Who has the higher dexterity?
I got 8. I think we have the same.
16.
Me too.
Okay.
No, 14. You go.
14. I'll go.
Okay, so go ahead.
How far am I from them? Did I run
You're
back?
about 20 feet ahead of them. Like you
Okay.
could move up and attack if you wanted to, like turn around. Or if you want to make a range attack, yeah.
Let me just throw a knife.
Okay, go for it.
So we're gonna do. So 10.
10 will miss.
Okay. And I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try and get behind the bigger dudes.
Now, does he get to re-roll that because of his?
Normally you'd have advantage when you surprise someone, but they were aware of you.
Right.
So you are the one.
I
that
do have
gets
lucky.
the
Lucky.
Okay.
Oh, you can use
Yeah,
lucky.
I'm gonna try it again. So I'm gonna put a little English on it.
Yeah.
So 18.
Yeah,
will
much
hit.
better.
All right. 4 piercing damage.
Right. So he is now also injured.
Excellent.
Wizard's turn.
Magic missile.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage as you blast one with a bolt of arcane power.
Which one is the? I'll hit the one that he's been hitting. 3.
Okay. He's still up, but he grunts in pain. He looks pretty badly injured. So it's 18, 19, 16, right over here.
Who's the closest to the hobgoblins from our party?
You can't see him. He's probably you actually are the closest, but you can't see him.
I'm going to move up at least to next to him, and
Much appreciated.
still in range, then I will throw a throwing axe
Okay,
at
go
him.
for it.
So we got a 13.
13 will just miss. It clangs off his ringmail armor.
All right. And then I will stand guard.
And then over here.
Alright, I'm looking for the one that is least injured.
Yeah, he would be the second guy, the guy in the middle. He has an
Alright.
arrow in his shoulder, but it's not as badly.
Alright, I clutch my holy symbol and invoke St. Cuthbert and kiss it, and then a beam of radiant lancing energy hits him.
know
I'm
where that
fairly
was
confident. For I can't read these things. That's going to be 9 damage. Radiant.
All right, he drops to the ground.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
Right, so that's the end of the first round. You had surprise. So you surprised them. They are. No, actually, I'm sorry. You had advantage because they didn't know you guys were there, but they don't actually lose their turn because they're not actually. So I'm just giving you guys advantage. So the 2 remaining guys are going to go. You notice something kind of odd. They know you're there, and they kind of look back toward the passage and push forward to keep moving. And with
That lets me know that there's somebody else there.
Exactly. So they're
So
going
I'll
to
turn that direction.
and attack each of you.
Okay.
I'll turn that direction, keeping my eye on them to make sure they weren't just trying to trick
So
me.
I'm defending him as a reaction,
Okay, cool.
giving you disadvantage to your attack against him.
Got it.
Much appreciated.
So I'll do that attack first.
And for a dwarf, no less.
That's going to miss. Yeah, thanks. And then attack against you, 18.
That's hits.
So So that is going to, it's a D10 that wants to be used. 6 damage.
I will use my parry
Okay, go
and
for it.
block with the shield the other side for 2.
Okay, so reduce it to 4 damage. And then that'll bring us back to the top of the initiative order.
Right, since I didn't use it for the deadly strike like he's been using.
Defense and save resources.
Your action.
I'm
so,
gonna keep moving. Can I just keep
so if you
looking?
use your action for the round, you can disengage and then keep moving.
I would like to do that.
All right, so you turn, keep running up to the passage up top.
Is there attacks of opportunity in this?
There are only based on moving.
Okay.
So if you're in someone's reach and you try to leave it, they get a free hack at you as well.
Okay. And so it's mentioned here, let's see. The spells are like one-offs, right?
Your minor spells you can use again and again. Your other spells, once you cast them, they're gone.
Cantrips is what you mean by
Yeah,
minor?
exactly.
Okay.
You magic missile all day long.
Oh, then one more time. Same guy.
Did not realize it.
Weaker. 3.
Oh, he's badly hurt, but he's still standing. So it's 18, 18, 16. Could you make a wisdom check for me?
Yes. 17.
There is some ones, it sounds like 2 creatures, humanoids, moving down that passageway toward you. Can't see them yet. They're not in line of sight, but you can hear footsteps.
Back from where the pool is?
Back, yeah, the stone door.
The other one.
Can I get behind cover and still eye that?
If you want, you could use your action to try to hide. Because right now, since you're up and
What about the
standing-
pillars? Can I get behind one of the pillars?
The pillars are glowing, so they wouldn't really provide us the best cover. Because it's, let's see. You could hide behind the pillars. From where you are now, there is enough, like the dirt and stuff they dug out. You'd also be able to hide there and have a pretty good view. You wouldn't be able to see down the passageway, but you'd be able to see
As
it.
soon as one stepped out, I could drop it. That's where I want to do.
So that's going to be your action to hide.
My
So go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Come on. Oh, not very good. The whopping 6.
All right, so I'm just writing it down.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm laying in. I'm on my knees. I'm not going to be laying that. I'm just going to.
So you got that area covered.
Holding my shot.
So 16 and I think that was an attack roll for you guys. So I'm just going to initiatives here. Sorry, these are. I thought I had the right page. All right, so use your action to hide. That brings us to right over here on 11. So you have the 2 hobgoblins with their spears. They're both in melee with you.
All right, so I will just take out my battle axe. There we go. So 24.
That's going to hit
It's
easily.
gonna be 10 damage.
All right, you cleave him to the ground. He drops to the ground.
Excellent.
And then I'm just gonna move to engage the other one.
So you move up, get him to space. So it's 11 on 8. Ready to our cleric?
Alright, so the hobgoblins are all down?
There is still one up, but he's
Alright.
very badly hurt.
Alright, so I will just step forward and clock him with a mace. 21.
That'll hit.
6.
All right, he drops to the ground too. That brings us back around as the hobgoblin drops.
Or did I shoot myself?
You see emerging from the passageway, and as you had your shot kind of up ready to take it, a agile figure of a drow elf. She probably either heard you get into position or because she dives out and rolls, do like a ninja thing, and comes up with her hand crossbow and takes aim and is going to fire a crossbow bolt. D&D Next is Stu's video game.
Ow, sorry.
And she moves with such speed and grace, she's able to actually fire, quickly reload, and fire again. She's going to get 2 attacks.
She's got rapid shot too. Nice.
She misses, but gets a crit. So with the crit, you take 10 damage
Okay.
and make a con saving throw as you feel the drow poison working its way.
That's my con +2. Oh no.
So you feel your limbs start to go numb. You are not paralyzed yet.
Yeah.
But you do have a -5 penalty to your speed,
Okay.
which really is not big of a deal. But you also take a -1 penalty to armor class.
Okay.
So as you're kind of starting to slow down a bit. so that was her turn. She's kind of close to hugging the wall, so only the two of you can see her. Oh, sorry, no, you can't. You moved up.
I do have precise shot, by the way. It says at first level.
Oh, okay. So what does that? Does it describe
cover,
it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you ignore cover.
I can ignore cover basically.
The two of you can see that she just popped up because you're up fighting melee the combat. The two of you can't. You hear sounds, but you can't see her. So let's go actually right over to here. It's your turn.
Jeez, how far away am I now?
You moved and withdrew, so you're about, like, say, 40 feet from the, you're almost actually back up into the other room.
All right.
Actually, you're probably more like 30 feet away from it. So.
I saw her, and we're not hidden, that's where nobody is, and so I'm yelling to fall back in, engage, all the military terms.
Can I attack and then try and hide? Throw a dagger and then try and hide?
Trying to hide is an action, so you can do one or the other. You could move up and try to hide around the corner from her.
Take cover, maybe.
Yeah, so, but it's still it's still an action. If you want to hide, you can take cover just from part of your movement. If you want to try to get fully out of line of sight, it is your action. You have to do a place of attacking.
I want to try and hide like up in the roots.
Okay, cool.
At
Yeah.
the top of the room.
So make a strength check to try to pull yourself up.
Okay. 14.
All right, so you're able to pull yourself up.
Right.
Now go ahead and make a dexterity check for stealth. And I'm going to give you advantage on that because she's not going to be expecting you to be up there.
Advantage? Okay.
Yep, so means you can re-roll. I take the higher result.
Oh, we will.
Oh, okay. So 18 stealth.
All right, so unless you guys down in the hallway know, actually, unless you want to make a check, you might not even notice, but you kind of make your way down, and so the spider climb up, and she's distracted taking aim at the fighter over here, and you make your way up, and you're almost like directly over her now, and she does not know where you are. Clearly is not paying attention.
That's brilliant.
Oh, actually, I should make her a check. All right, so yes, here's right here.
I'm going to try and cast a sleep spell.
Okay.
I don't know if they're even attack how it works, but choose a point you can see, so I know I'm going to have to walk up to see.
Yeah. The one thing on sleep is it's really best against small creatures like kobolds and goblins.
Okay.
She's probably maybe a little too tough.
Okay, well then I'll
based on the number of hit points, I think you're either rolling to see how many hit points worth of creatures do effect, or it has a hit point now.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But you as DM would let him know that.
I just think since we just started playing, you may not have
It's been a while.
The character up.
That's right. Actually, I should have done it with probably with the hobgoblins. Oh, no, they're even too big.
Hobgoblins might not be.
Okay.
I just read since you haven't maybe had a chance to read the spell.
Okay, so I'll just do another mind spell. Okay. Keep whittling away a little bit of it. 4.
All right.
You don't miss.
You have definitely gotten her attention.
I got you.
My wonderful camera battery
Well,
is
I can
dying,
help it.
so now
It's a
I get to do
drow.
it this way.
I see a drow magic
Back over to here.
All right. So I'm going to.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's her turn. Sorry.
Oh, my turn? Okay. I am going to double shot her
Okay. Return fire.
before I fall asleep or die. That will be a 17.
That will hit her.
Yes, and I am adding the extra dice. Both shots into her.
Got it.
Yeah, there's going to be, right?
4 and
He heard you.
4 is 8.
There's one more somewhere. Meta magic.
And
Meta.
second shot is an 8. Yeah, that'll hit. It's 18 plus 7, 25.
It hits easily.
And it will be a whopping 5 more.
Okay. So she's starting to show some wear and tear. But even though your aim's really true, it's hard to get a direct hit on her. She's moving quickly enough and trying to. But you do draw blood twice. Now it's over to you.
All right, so I'm going to be dancing around, maneuvering around so that she is directly below her, trying to just keep her, if that's against the wall or against the mound.
Got it. Yep,
And then just attack with it. So we're 19.
It's gonna hit.
And 10.
Oh, right. It's a stout blow.
And I think I'm going to add my deadly strike this time.
Okay.
So 13.
All right, she is looking pretty bad. She's very badly hurt. And as you strike a stout blow, and you feel like maybe, okay, this drow aren't as tough as we thought we were. A big lumbering bugbear with a morning star that looks like it's sized for an ogre comes clambering out of the passage. And he looks at all of you and then sees you and says, "Leave mistress alone." And he walks up and brings his morning star crashing down upon you. So, bugbear with enormous morning star swings and gets a 19.
That hits.
And this is where I get to do a little damage. So I have 1d8. What's 1d8? You take 11 points of damage.
I'm at -1.
So
Oh,
steps
dear.
out and wham! The dwarf right over the head falls to the ground. Cleric's turn.
Alright, I stride forward confidently, and I say something about foul aberrations and violating the sanctity of life.
You also notice the bugbear does not see you either. Sorry.
Excellent.
I hold up my holy symbol and I say, "The power of Cuthbert compels you." And I searing light the bugbear.
Maybe
12.
12. He turns and dodges just in the nick of time.
That is so sad.
And he
Oh, he still
growls-
takes half damage.
Okay, go ahead.
5, 12, 13. So half 13. It's 6.
Singes his fur, and you get the smell of burnt hair.
Bugbear hair.
Yeah.
The power of
Right.
Cuthbert kinda
So you're perched above, and there's the bugbears turning, and it's kind of like almost like the closed caption TV view of the security camera. Like neither of them has any idea to interrupt them.
I want to try and hold the drow hostage to the bugbear.
Got it.
So I want to get behind her, put a knife to her throat, something, and let the bugbear know he needs to drop his morning star or mistress will die.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You've already hidden from her.
Yes.
So make a dexterity check with advantage. And I'm gonna give her a strength check in a contest against you.
Using my dexterity? Okay, so that's going to be 12.
All right, so you are able to beat her. So you're able to get down. She isn't able to react in time as you jump down and put your knife through her throat.
Okay.
And give me your most threatening, what you want to say to the bugbear, and make a charisma check or intimidate if you have to steal.
Make a charisma check. All right. Drop that pestle, furball, or your lady friend gets it. And that's going to be a 10.
Okay. He looks kind of taken aback and looks at her. And then,
Is that a held action for him with the knife?
yeah, basically you have a knife. She is, what do you want to do? Right now you're going to go next to initiative,
Yeah.
and then she is going to get a chance to do something. But the bugbear looks kind of taken aback.
What's that?
Good job.
Yeah, that's fun.
Am I close
That's
enough
what I
to
wish the
burning
players
hands?
would do.
I mean, I'm not casting shield spell on myself. I think that's the best thing for me since I'm
Sure.
casting shield spell.
You've got a burning hands, you are definitely
I'm like slowly
and,
fading.
I wish I could help him because he's down.
Yes.
But
Well, it was either that or get the crossbow away from her. I just don't want to
So you have
poison
your
anybody.
knife through her throat.
Excellent.
Make her
And then she says, this is the kind of part of the movie where she says something in underspeech to the bugbear, but you guys get the translation. And she says, "We don't negotiate with terrorists." And then suddenly, everything around you goes absolute dark. And you can see you're far enough away.
what about his light? The light spell on his.
It completely swallows it up. Actually, you're outside of it, and you're within it, and you're within it, and
Can
you're
I
kind
see
of
with
close.
low light?
No, it's magical dark.
Okay.
You made a range attack. So the three of you. So the three of you are outside. Who are outside the spell? Just see a sphere of darkness appear. You're unconscious. You don't see any of this. But suddenly you're in absolute darkness.
having bad
And
nightmares.
I'm gonna have you make. You won't have advantage this time because you're gonna try to break free. You're kind of startled by the darkness, but she's gonna make a dexterity check imposed by your dexterity check to try to break free, and she got a 7.
And I'm going to get a 7 as well.
All right, so it's tied. It's tied in a contest. Nothing changes. So you still have her. She's trying to struggle out. You're in the dark, but you're holding on to her. So it's
Okay.
not like, dark or not, you still know where you want to keep that dagger. So she's not able to escape. Everyone else just sees the sphere of darkness. And that brings us to our archer. Now,
Here's the thing. I know where she was standing, and that's where I'm firing.
and you have precise shot.
I have precise shot, so I'm gonna attempt it. But I'm gonna fire. I know where
What's
he's
that?
how big he is too.
Yeah.
So I can
I'm also
adjust
smaller.
for that. Exactly.
So here's what I'm
She don't get cover from him.
No, and you have precise shot.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, they are struggling, so there's one thing I'm going to warn you about. If you roll really low,
You're gonna hit him.
you are going to hit him.
It's just a halfling.
For it.
With friends like
Are you going
these.
to use rapid shot, or
Yes.
Shouldn't it be
16
like 25%
plus.
so short?
Yeah, it's gonna be over 20.
Like on the way out?
Over 20 for the
Okay.
first one. So I'll go ahead
And
and.
that is going to hit. You hear a yelp from the dark elf.
It's going to be 610 total.
All right.
Attention, Gen Con
Actual second
attendees.
arrow.
Visit
So
the
here's actually
plaza
before you roll.
now.
I got you. Go ahead and roll.
Limited edition Festering Spirit Pathfinder
14.
battles,
All right,
pre-painted
so
plastic miniature.
here's what everyone
Free
sees.
with $50 purchase.
Sphere of Darkness. You
This
steer back and put an
convention
arrow.
exclusive
You
is
hear
going
her cry
fast,
and yelp
so
in
capture
pain,
yours today.
which lets you hone in where she is. You turn and fire again, and you hear your arrow hits the far wall as you follow the ground as she's dropped from your first attack.
Yes!
Cool.
Does the darkness spell?
Yeah, the darkness dissipates.
Excellent.
Actually, that's going to bring us to quarter past. I have to run and get lunch.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
But as she collapses to the ground, the bugbear turns, looks, and drops his morning star and surrenders.
And we get a sample of the water.
Hey,
I drank the water.
I'm making my
Does it, she said it cures all, so I'm going to drink the water and see if I get rid of the poison.
Yeah, it murders it.
Cool. Outstanding. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
We did. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
That was a lot of fun.
It's funny because I ran this for my gang group, and I've run this twice here. The drow has never succeeded in ambushing. She always blows her dexterity check, and it's always her first attack is always a crit. My home group though, so the bugbear's his damage is 2d8 plus 2. Normally Morningstar's 1d8, but since the side's large, Morningstar is 2d8. I've critted my home group. The bugbear critted 3 times, and the party had to use the water. The thing with the water is, as you use, it only has so much mental energy per day. As you drink more of it, the light goes out. The party had no light source because the crystals. They used all the magic healing the characters kept getting critted. So then the lights went out, and the drow was running around in the darkness with dark vision. And they were all human. So they're trying to get a torch on.
Nice.
People and taking them out.